So Kyle here with Vendoroo. We are at PMI Summit. I have Jim here with PMI Elevation.
Yes.
So Jim, open door, open life. What does that mean to you?
So open door, open life. For me, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, I want to create opportunities for my team to grow in this. I have seen tremendous success financially, personally, financial freedom for myself using real estate investing as a tool to set my family up, to have a better life for myself. And now it's my turn to grow my business to allow other people to come in. I had an idea a couple of years ago. I wanted to hire people who are interested in real estate investing to use that as a vehicle for their own personal growth. Now, not all of my team members are investors today, and some of my team members are remote around the world, but I want them to think, how can I use real estate to open doors for myself to grow, because I don't want them to always be an employee working for me. Maybe they start their own property management company where they are, and even my team in Denver locally, they have real estate that they're investing in. And this will also help my clientele because they know our team members are investing in real estate as well. So we live it. We're promising them that we're going to use some of the tools we know from our personal investing to help them with their investment journey.
Yeah, it sounds like that's, one of your whys, and passing on that success and that knowledge and skill that you've developed over the years, to the next generation is huge.
Yeah.
So Jim, $1 Million Club or Millionaire Club, when you did first find out about it today, how did it really make you feel, and what have you done in the past that you see that has really gotten you to that point?
Yeah, when that challenge went out, it probably, put myself in my shoes 4 years ago. It was probably a really far away pipe dream. Probably had one team member on staff working with me. I was probably managing 50 doors at the time. It was a long stretch to think that I would be in that club. Now, it was always a goal. I always had the long-term vision in sight to do that, but I really bought into the PMI programs in which helped growth. So PMI has closed the door. It is franchise owners helping franchise owners build their business. It started out as just sales and how to sell our services to clients. And then it grew into, well, what tools do you use? And then it grew into, what systems do you use? And it's just operators helping operators. And if, I look back, a lot of the folks that were on those calls, their names are on that board as well. So we've helped each other build that community where all of us helping each other grow. If we see a gap in what they're doing or something that's worked really well for us, then we share it. And there's no value in us holding this information in. We have a partner that we're working with that's moved the needle for us. We share that. And that's what the PMI family community really is. And it's helped a lot of us grow to the point we're at today.
Yeah, that networking community PMI has, you just don't find that anywhere else.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Kind of digging into maintenance side of things. So we've discovered maintenance, it's the number one churn for owners currently. How are you guys kind of handling that maintenance, and what does building that trust with your owners with maintenance mean to you?
Sure. So there's a lot of communication that goes with maintenance in our clients. They're trusting us to maintain their asset. In Denver, our average household is somewhere around $600,000, $700,000. Not all of our clients are going to be forever investors, and we know that. We have a niche where most of our clients, they're handing over a property to us. They've never owned a rental before. They're moving out of the area because of relocation or whatnot.
Absolutely.
They're scared because everyone has that horror story at a party of a rental gone wrong, and they're terrified. That's why they were reaching out to us initially, because they're like, I want to be a rental owner, but I don't want that horror story to happen to me. So what our role is, we're going to keep them updated in the maintenance, what is happening at their property. We do set thresholds with our clients as well. Okay. So they still have that feeling of, I still have a little bit of control, that he's not going to spend, 10 grand to fix up my house. But the connection point with the tenant is that we want them to know we're going to take care of the property. we're a premier property management brand that when you rent from us, we're going to take care of your property as well. So it helps with that communication on both sides. The owner knows what's going on and our tenants know what's going on.
Yeah, and communication is key in any form of business, and especially in property management. I mean, kind of balance between owners and residents and vendors and everything else. I mean, it can become chaotic. How do you keep that communication kind of under control to build that trust?
So trust is going to be a huge component of what we do with our clients and the tenants. They have to trust that we're going to give them a safe home to live in, and our clients are going to trust they're going to still get a good return on their investment, that we're in control of that. One of the ways we've done that is partnering with Vendoroo recently to do our maintenance coordination. Why we worked with Vendoroo is that first phase of a maintenance request coming in, we're going to help that tenant triage the situation that they're having. So if that's a garbage disposal, a leaking pipe, whatever that is, we're going to help them in triage. One, for our clients, how are we going to fix that at no cost? How are we going to help the tenant help themselves? That's the fastest way to get this issue resolved.
Yeah.
And then Vendoroo's side is you're going to use a lot of tech to, none of this stuff coming in for tenants rarely is the first time it's ever happened. So you all have systems and tools built out in place to work with the tenants. Let's say it gets beyond to the point where we can't help the tenant. That's when we have our partnership reach out to our trusted maintenance vendors to go out, look at the issue, make sure it's resolved for the tenant. Y'all are checking in with the tenant to make sure they're satisfied with the outcome. And, then we're letting our client know we've resolved this issue and it's satisfactory. The tenant's happy with it. This is what was done. Here's the invoice. Very transparent throughout the whole process, building a lot of trust at every phase through every transaction.
Yeah, I mean, it truly sounds like you're building that trust and you know where that trust needs to go, separating yourself from the rest. I mean, that's big key, especially in such a in a market where it's very competitive, and to be able to provide that with people. Taking something negative like a maintenance request, nobody wants to have that happen, and turning it into something positive is huge.
And one of the things that at the end of that process right now, we ask the tenant for their feedback. We want to know, how did that go? And when it is a great experience, we ask them to tell other people about it. So we do get a lot of 5-star online Google reviews, Facebook reviews, because of our maintenance process and our partnerships all the way throughout that request to repair to invoicing.
Yeah, and it seems like it kind of travels all over. I always say a happy resident is a sticky resident, and sticky resident is going to create happy owners.
Yeah, the longer term we can keep a tenant in there, the better return our client's going to have ultimately through that investment.
All right, Jim, so going back, if you were to look at yourself a year ago, what were some of the things you did put in place and start to implement and to get you to the point where you're at today?
Yeah, so going back a year, well, I'll take it to this morning. Steve Hart or someone on the leadership team brought up, we can't do this business alone. It's so, for years, I was probably pushing myself too far individually. Yes, I had a few team members helping, but I started to bring on more team members to take very specific roles off of my plate as the business owner and start to see exponential growth when I brought in team members. I've partnered with a few remote team member sourcing companies that helped get us there. Some of our outsourced operational partners, things where I'm not doing the business alone anymore. I have a network of folks that are all working together to help us achieve that door growth and growth we want as an organization.
Yeah, that's a hard step to take, especially when you're taking it all yourself to be able to delegate that out and be successful with it. But it sounds like you've created a really good team.
Yeah, and each single individual on the team, they have a function to grow the business. They own that operational set of tasks that we have to do to support our clients. And when I start really tapping into their ideas and bringing those in as an organization, that everybody working together is the only way we're going to move forward. I started to see some really exciting growth within the organization.
Awesome, Jim. Well, we're excited to have you on board, and especially someone with your knowledge and skill levels that you do have. I think it's going to be amazing.
I appreciate it. Thanks.